Hello, today I will show you the basics of JavaScript. In order to understand JavaScript, you need to know how everything is executed. Well, this thing here is a script. It is a program. And what is a program? Well, a program is a set of instructions that must be run by a computer, okay? So in our situation, we have got here some instructions, some white spaces. White spaces are enters and tabulators and spaces and other things like that. And here's a comment. So all these things must be interpreted by something. This program is called a parser that is interpreting these things, and they must be executed. And all these instructions are executed by the browser, and well, the browser is executed by the PC, by our personal computers, right? So everything here is gonna be executed from, it's very important, from top to the bottom. So you need to remember that you need to read everything line by line. And you need to remember that if you make a mistake, it's your fault, okay? Because, well, everything here, the syntax, so the way you write, is gonna be interpreted by the parser. And you need to write exactly in his language, right? Otherwise, you will have problems. Okay, so let's try to explain how this code here is gonna be interpreted by a parser. Let's imagine that I'm a parser, okay? So I am at the top, I just loaded the script.js and I'm gonna execute this file. Okay, so wow, here is a backslash. Okay, what is next? Oh, here's an asterisk sign. Oh, so everything after this is not gonna be executed to me until I meet the next asterisk and the backslash. This thing is called comment, and this thing is not gonna be executed. It is needed if you want to, as it says, comment something, right? You want to add something to the file that is not gonna be executed. I will talk about it later more. And then I have some white spaces. I do not care what this is. And whoa, here is something. Here is a keyword. It's a keyword, so it's important word that means something to me. In my language, I am JavaScript parser. And this word stands for variable. Here I will type it. So this is a place that can vary. And its label, its name is X. And I put there, by using this sign, 5. So I put 5 into memory. And this is an instruction. This is an instruction because I ended it with the semicolon. Every instruction, every, thing that you have to do, thing that you tell your parser to do is called an instruction, right? And it must be ended with the semicolon. And then you have got next variable, and then you have white spaces, and then you say, hey, I want to alert people on our website that it is 11, right? X plus y, 5 plus 6 is 11. So this is gonna be interpreted by me and then executed by the browser, because everything is written properly. But I could make mistakes, right? Like that. Wow, look, here instantly I have got message that it's wrong something here. And as you can see now, it's not working here. Not anymore. So you can't write anything you want, right? You have to write in the language, which is called JavaScript, and we'll learn the syntax of JavaScript in next lesson. I will talk about variables, functions, other things much more, so don't worry right now. I'm just telling you how everything is executed. And look, now we have got here a semicolon, and I will type here the enter, and here, enter, and here, and here, and here. Will this thing run? As you can see, it's running instantly, like nothing has changed. If I was a person, I would have problems. How is it working, right? But for the parser, it doesn't matter if you make white spaces. You could have everything in one line, so you can even minify this JavaScript later, and it will not matter at all. You will have smaller file, right? But for you, in order to maintain pretty easy to clear code, you should make spaces in some places. So for example, do not do something like that, because it's harder to read later. It's better if it's like that. You can omit most time in JavaScript, not in every programming language, the semicolon. So the information that this was an instruction. As you can see, it's still working. But it's a good idea to place this semicolon here because, well, it's easier to maintain your code. It's like, hey, you know what you are doing, right? And it can sometimes, very rarely, make some problems, some errors. So it's a good idea to exactly write programs like I do. You will see in next lessons how I make the tabulators, so the indents, right? You will see how I type things like, for example, spaces, because space here is important, but space here is not. That's some kind of conventions, and try to just write things like I do, and you will have a nice, clear code that everybody will just love, okay? And this is very important because you as a programmer will work with people later, right? And they will want to read your code. And you know, even you, if you read nice code, after, for example, going back to your code after like, I don't know, 1 month, even less, you will not understand everything there. That's how programmers work. You just do something and then you forget most time. And well, it's good idea to just write things properly, nice, beautiful. When they are like that, you just come back to your code and you instantly recognize, you remind yourself what was all that things about, right? You just come to your code, you look at it and wow, okay, this worked like that. Okay. So that's how things are executed. Remember, one line by one, from top to bottom. Most times there are some exceptions that I will talk about in next lessons, but most time it's like that. So remember that, well, if you did something like, for example, that, you will have problems like not a number, because it's not one by one. So every time you make a mistake, something is not working, it's only your fault, remember, because you have to write in the JavaScript language, like where it was expected. Okay, that's only that lesson. Thank you very much.